have doo-doo in my pants? Why are toilets so hard to use? Why is no one talking about this? What's going on with the lighting on my show? Why am I always squinting? That's right, guys. He's the most popular cable news show on TV. All his YouTube videos get, millions of views. This one has 600,000 views in just a couple days. Despite being the absolute worst produced thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Meemaws and Peepaws love him. People in rural America love him because he's obviously a grizzled, tough guy. That guy looks like he just fixed a truck. That guy.
So it is quickly becoming illegal to point out that men are not women, no matter how they dress, no matter what kind of shoes they have. No matter what they paint their nails.
Okay.
So this is an attack not just on biology, but on speech.
Yes, right.
On conscience.
Yes,
You're not allowed to say obvious things. Here's an example. A self-described feminist in Norway called Christina Ellingsen is facing a 3-year sentence in prison. She's facing the possibility of going to jail for years because she affirmed the reality of biological sex. Specifically, Ellingsen tweeted that men cannot be lesbians. Probably never thought about this in any depth, but it's technically true. She also said that men cannot become mothers. Now, again, that's true.
I've been, you can't defend women if you can't define what a woman is. And all over the world, stating biological fact is considered by a lot of groups as being directly hateful. So yeah, this is what I've been doing. I've been stating the obvious fact that men cannot be women, men cannot be girls or mothers or lesbian. And now I'm facing the risk of 3 years in prison.
Okay, before we get into the details of this story here, I want to say that this is my life plan, actually. This is the plan for my future, to go to Norway and do hate crimes so that I can go to jail and live in a place that's nicer than the apartment that I live in now. Okay? So this is massive. This is massive to get on Tuck Carlman's show. You're going to get a lot of views. You're going to get a lot of millions of views on the TV. And then you're going to get, a million views on YouTube. And we got some wild comments. This world has gone insane and just plain stupid. Normal, sane people can't even stand up for what is right.
I agree with her 100%. She's right. And it's that simple.
So this story is tearing ass around the internet, but it seems like it's pretty much only on conservative media. They found a story that they really want to promote heavily, which is that they're throwing this woman's ass face first, okay? They're throwing her face first into, again, we'll call it prison, okay? In Norway, we'll call it prison. But the way that Tuck Carlman is presenting this thing, and the way that all of them are kind of presenting it, but the way that Tuck Carlton is presenting this seems a little misleading, let's just say.
She's facing the possibility of going to jail for years because she affirmed the reality of biological sex. Specifically, Ellingsen tweeted that men cannot be lesbians.
Now, this sounded a little bit weird to me because as I understand hate speech laws, especially I've read about the ones in Norway, this wouldn't qualify. I mean, you're allowed to say, I believe that men are men, and I believe that I believe that trans people aren't real. Like that wouldn't qualify. So I was like, something's off here. So I had to dig around, and then I kind of got lost because I'm an old man and I don't really get the internet. And I was putting into Google Translate all this Norwegian crap, all this Norwegian gobbledygook language, as I call it. But finally, I found the tweets that are in question here. Another tweet, which is reportedly being categorized as hate speech, reads, Gentoft, who is male and an advisor in FRI, that's like a gay trans right organization, presents himself as a lesbian. That's how bonkers the organization, which supposedly works to protect young lesbians' interest, is. How does it help young lesbians when males claim to be lesbian too? Amnesty International Norway has also accused Ellingsen of harassing Gentoft on TV after saying that the trans activist was male. You are a man. You cannot be a mother, Ellington reportedly said to Gentoft. So this is where we get into quote-unquote hate speech territory. When you're in Norway, when you're sort of targeting them and basically harassing them, based on things like race, sexual orientation, and so on. I mean, obviously these people are con artists and idiots, but they love to go on and on about the civilization, Western civilization. I would say targeting people to harass based on race or sexuality or how they present themselves gender-wise or whatever that's right there. That's pretty much the definition of uncivilized. What's really crazy about this too is that this story is really, I mean, it took me forever to find the few tweets that were on the other side of this, talking about the other side of this. This is really just burning across right-wing media. They're like, look at this. They're throwing this woman's ass in jail just because she said women are women or whatever. Men are men or women. Like, they just took this and ran with it, and it's totally dominating the social media conversation in this, the way that they're presenting it here. What's funny too is that one of the guys that I really go to as almost a sensei. Okay, if you guys aren't familiar with the concept of a sensei, it's the Ninja Turtles had one. He was a little dirty, little decrepit rat. You know what I mean? He was a little matted hair sewer rat for the Ninja Turtles. You get one first look at him, and you say he doesn't know much, but guess what? He's very knowledgeable in the martial arts. But my sensei is a dirty little matted hair rat known as Jordy B. Peterstein. I mean, he pioneered this stuff that they're going to throw your ass in jail for not getting some pronouns right or something, or saying women are women or some crap.
They're gonna throw my ass in jail. I'm a sort of a...
Look, I'm a humble, but I'm sort of a hero almost, if you think about it. And a couple weeks ago, he tweeted about, I think this is actually a different case in Norway. And again, this is not in Canada, where he was really worked up and had his little pants ballooning and choked about. This is also in Norway, and he writes, on male, quote, lesbians, unquote, and the emerging hyper-tolerant police state, no one would ever face jail over pronouns, etc. Oh, I'm confirmed. I was right the whole time. The person in question who got in trouble in Norway for that, they were harassing a trans person. Here are some of the quotes. Here are some of the text messages that they sent. Do you really think that anyone thinks you are a woman and not some guy with strange fantasies? That said, it's incomprehensible for me to think the authorities still let you be responsible for children. Perverted man pigs who LARP being little girls. So this was harassment.
Once we learn these things, maybe Joe Biden could stop sniffing children. And if you work for Joe Biden, if you were Susan Rice or Ron Clinton, you say, hey, Mr. President, stop sniffing people. But he continues. Here's video from Sunday. Sniffing a random girl he met on a bike path. Stop sniffing children, Joe Biden. Hopefully that message reaches him at some point. We're out of time. Stop sniffing children, Joe Biden. Sniffing.
What is he doing?
Sniffing.
Ugh.
So it's been a while since we brought you an update from National Public...
What is wrong with the sound? Did you guys set up one laptop mic on the other side of the room and turn the reverb on? Okay, anyway. It sounds like someone...
Sniffing. So it's been a while since we brought you an update from National Public Radio, our state media, but rest assured we've been listening every day so that you don't have to. Sniffing. Now, you might think that energy prices, the stock market, the impending worldwide food shortage, the threat of nuclear war with Russia might be something a national news organization would cover, but not at NPR. NPR is always focused on the bigger issues, the ones that matter.
Yep.
Issues so grave we couldn't even invent them.
Hold on, I'm going to tune into NPR right now. Let's see what they're saying.
Stop sniffing children, Joe Biden.
Jeez, harsh words from NPR.
If we wanted to, because we lack the imagination. This, for example, is an actual segment that aired on NPR last month. Listen.
Many people who are queer, whether they are trans or some other form of genderqueer or whatever it is, we love dinosaurs.
Along with being a dinosaur expert, Riley is herself transgender. And according to Riley, there is a whole community of genderqueer dinosaur enthusiasts online. We had no idea, so we checked it out. Sure enough, they're there.
Sniffing.
We found dozens of paleo artists online that identify as queer.
To see, our social enemies, for lack of a better term, taking, these symbols and trying to use it as their dog whistle. It was something where it's just like, wait, where's this even coming from? This makes zero sense. And also, dinosaurs are ours. I hate to speak for the entire trans or genderqueer community, but no, we've already been wondering about them and drawing them and interested.
Dinosaurs are ours. They belong to us, says the trans dinosaur expert, complaining about, quote, something beloved being taken over by someone else. Now, again, some might call that an example of projection, since when did dinosaurs belong to the trans community? Stop sniffing dinosaurs, Joe Biden. Stop sniffing dinosaurs, Joe Biden. Sniffing.
I can't listen to NPR for more than a couple seconds. It does seem sometimes like NPR is just trying to fill space. They're like, ooh, today we went to Wyoming to talk to a man who touches his penis a lot and do a human interest story about that. But they're doing a story because apparently some UK member of parliament compared TERFs, women who don't like transgender people. I mean... Tucker Carlson's show should just be called The Transgender Hour. So this is another transgender story, and it's about women who don't I don't know. How can we describe TERFs? Some guy in the UK called them dinosaurs. So they oh wow, very clever. They started putting dinosaur emojis in their Twitter grab. So this idiot just leaves out all that context, and he's just like, look at these people are crazy. They want to keep dinosaurs for themselves. It's a moronic segment. So, I mean, that's the American news. It's like, hey, trans people are trying to take dinosaurs for their own sake.
I went to my daughter's college, and I was afraid to talk about dinosaurs. I can't even talk about dinosaurs anymore.
That's one side. And then the other side is, actually, trans people love dinosaurs. Very gross. Yeah.
Sniffing.
Yeah.
Sniffing. Stop sniffing dinosaurs, Joe Biden. Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight.
Hi.
Imagine you went to school with Sandy Cortez. A lot of people did. Imagine it's 2011 and you're both students at Boston University, a not quite prestigious but highly expensive school for kids who couldn't stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe Biden.
I've watched so many right-wing YouTube videos for this channel, and they've been using they've been just squeezing so much juice out of this Sandy Cortez picture. So it's my dream to have a picture like that they bring up on Fox News or Tim Pool videos or whatever. So guys, I want you to use this. I'm going to make a face. I want you to use this in all your thumbnails, okay? Hey. Okay, use that, please, okay?
Stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe Biden. You know who Sandy Cortez is because 3 days a week at 12:20, you see her in your philosophy of gender and sexuality class.
Huh.
She's always there in the front row snapping her gum, sniffing. And then like clockwork, she never misses your queer theory seminar, which meets every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. because if there's one thing about queer theory scholars, they're not early risers.
I like many people. I got no problems with Sandy Cortez. I think she's fine. She says all the right things. I'm for
Sandy.
But boy, oh boy, are they obsessed with Sandy on right-wing media. It's like you have to tell them,
stop sniffing Sandy Cortez.
But Tucker Carlson goes on this weird, long rant about how Alexandria Cortez, she's like the girl in your gender studies class who's chewing her gum loud. She's the girl take a dump in your backpack, and then she steps on it so the doo-doo gets into the fibers. You gotta buy a new backpack. You can't even wash it. I don't know what he's talking about. I kind of dozed off a little bit. I'm gonna be honest on that one. But I just looked this up just for fun. I was like, all right. Ocasio-Cortez graduated cum laude from Boston University in 2011 with a bachelor's arts degree in both international relations and economics. Tucker Carlson and all these people are really fortifying the outside world from these people, completely.
See, my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. What? You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
I want to do a little selfie.
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo, I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tomato.
Stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe. Stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe Biden.
So in the next video, Tucker Carlson has this guy on his show, and he's like, I guess he's like the American conservative Borat now. He's like, my guns. So that's the bit. That's the bit he came up with. That's the bit he came up with to do conservative Borat. You know, people give like Mitch McConnell or whoever, you know, these ghouls who are literally like destroying the entire planet and country just for their own, like, basically personal gain. When they get harassed, that makes sense. Like, hey, dipshit, like you're literally like harming everyone else besides yourself. And also with like the sexual harassment stuff, like this is the best this guy could come up with in that brain of his. I mean, you could kind of see the, yeah, okay.
Alex Stein, who is all of a sudden out of nowhere showed up at a lot of meetings like that around the country. He's the host of Conspiracy Castle with Primetime 99, Alex Stein.
Well, that's what I need to do. And my comedic hero is a guy named Andy Kaufman. I'm sure you're familiar with him. But
I like this guy. He thinks he's Andy Kaufman. I'm doing like Andy Kaufman crap, bro. I'm doing like Andy Kaufman crap. That's like me on here saying I'm doing Steven Spielberg crap right now. I'm doing some real Francis Ford Coppola crap. I go up in here, dog. I don't even know where to start with that one. I mean, first of all, some of Andy Kaufman's stuff was interesting. That would be one. But yeah, this guy's really making the rounds. He's on Talk. He's a hero now. Hey, I sexually harassed a lady. I'm a conservative hero now. Pretty simple there, buddy. And let's look at the face. Let's do a face check on this guy. Let's do... Yeah, you can kind of see sometimes in the eyes when there's not too much going on. There's not a whole lot going on because the eyes are the window to this. And yep.
And y'all have probably seen it. AOC calls out Capitol Police after...
Stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe Biden.
For one, I think your culture jamming is fantastic. We've talked about how we want to do culture jamming more as a marketing tool and also to affect change, and that you've done a particularly good job of that. I don't think that calling AOC a big booty Latina solved or did anything. I was wrong. It actually got her to come out and issue a prominent statement that January 6th was that police officers in the building opened the door. That would not have happened were it not for something to me seemed completely inane. It triggered AOC to call out the police in the Capitol and directly implicate the 1-6 committee investigation, literally saying they're not investigating this. I don't feel safe. And wow, you put those pieces together and it's, I don't think you expected her to indict the 1-6 committee in response to you trolling her on like.
This is, this is just I'm just making an offer. Okay. This is not any kind of, being mean or whatever or threatening anybody. It's not that. I'm just making an offer here. Okay. Tim Pool says that like people from the other side will never come on his show and debate him or whatever. Tim Pool, don't send this to him. I've said before on this channel, send this to, don't send, because I could get in trouble for that. Don't do that. Don't send this to Tim Pool. Do not send this to Tim Pool. But, people from the other side, a point of view, never come on. I will come on your show, Tim Pool. Okay, I will come on your show. But under one condition. I get to jump kick all that crap on your wall behind you. I get to kick that down and break it all. I'm just giving, these are just the conditions. Sort of, how like, like Katy Perry or whatever. Billie Eilish, they're like, okay, I'll perform, but this is what I want in my dressing room. Fiji water, a yellow Red Bull. People give conditions, high-level celebrities, like, not high-level celebrities, they give conditions. So that would be my condition. I will come on your show under the condition I get to jump kick all that crap off your wall. You know, I flying elbow your computer and all your electronics. I break the, whatever, your microphones. I break those off. I rip the screen off of them and I pee on it. I'll think of some more conditions, but those would be the conditions for coming on. And it's totally up to you. That's totally, I'm not saying I need to do it. It's just, it's up to you. So I don't know. I'd like to talk about it more with Tim. And again, it's totally up to him. The ball is totally in his court. I would never impose myself on anybody who doesn't want me in their studio, obviously. But, you know, I do have certain conditions for going on a show. And that would be I get to spinning roundhouse kick all your computers. All your computers, you know, he has a producer who switches cameras. I'm going to do a Kia on those cameras. It will cause some complications, my appearance. Again, totally up to you. Because all the equipment will be broken. All the equipment will be broken. So I think it will make it more pure. I think it will make the creating that content, the creative process, I think it will make the creative process more pure because we're not worried about who's going to see it. You know, all that. We just do it, you know, from our pure hearts. And you know what? After all his stuff is all broken, and again, under his consent, that's the only way I would do it. All his stuff is broken. Guitar is totally mutilated from me stepping on it and breaking it. His computers look like an abstract art because I punched all of them. I would just, because nothing's recording, I would just ask him, are you really this stupid? And then I could get the real answer, you know? So again, all that, but I would only do it if you consent, okay? And of course, I'm completely joking about all this because I would never go on your show because I would literally, I would leave like, you know? Literally, my brain cells would evaporate. New segment alert. Okay, guys, new segment alert.
Stop sniffing children, Joe Biden. Stop sniffing Sandy Cortez, Joe Biden.
Okay, this is a new segment I want to do every day, which is giving a recommendation of something that I'm looking at. And last night, I stayed up all night because I totally forgot about this. Crap. But if you've never seen the Adult Swim thing Off the Air, I don't even remember how I ran across it on HBO Max. If you have HBO Max, watch it there. If not, you can find it on YouTube. Adult Swim Off the Air, probably one of the best things they've ever done. It's little experimental shorts, weird kind of animations and video art and stuff like that. I love it. I couldn't stop watching it. I kept going through every episode. I stayed up all night like a weirdo. When I woke up, I was
sniffing.
I don't even know what that means. But that's the recommendation of the day. Do segment alert. Hope you like the idea of the recommendation of the day. If not, give it a thumbs up. You know, why not? Give it one of these. And two of these.
Pendejo.
And then give it a
left nut.
Love you guys. It's Monday. Let's
just say it's not our favorite. That's not our favorite. But I hope you're having a good week so far, because there's not much of it. That's one way to look at it. Talk to you later, and bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away. And we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.